Our world as we know it. We live by a system with a daily routine, daily accidents, daily crimes, and daily disasters. Car accidents, murders, natural disasters. These are parts of our everyday life. The causes of most of these cases can be concluded. Others, not at all. These tend to be left without explanation. But are some of these events really just that? Are the answers to what's happening really not there? Even with provided explanations, isn't something more than that behind some of those cases? A silent minority knows about something much bigger about some of those cases, something that causes these accidents, crimes, and disasters, for the sake of research purposes. John Tidor, the name of a famous bulletin board poster who claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2036. He posted on several bulletin boards during 2000 and 2001. In these posts, Tidor made numerous predictions about events in the near future, a number of them being vague, and some of them being quite specific. He described a drastically changed future, in which the United States had broken into 5 smaller regions. The environment and infrastructure had been devastated by a nuclear attack, and other world powers had been destroyed. It didn't take long for these posts to turn out to be a hoax, with many of these predictions turning out to be false. The original postings of Tidor had disappeared from the public web very shortly after being posted. What Tidor's interests and posts were really about was putting a stop to a secret organization. An organization that is not only a threat to mankind's rights for privacy, but its freedom as well. The FIO, short for Fond Izmienieni Obstojakości, which translates to Foundation for Altered Circumstances. It is a top-secret organization with wide influences on global governments that is responsible for exterminating, containing, and studying anomalous entities, locations, and objects that defy natural law and can pose a significant threat to global security by threatening either physical or psychological harm. The organization is known for keeping all these things in the dark. Those who would witness the FIO carrying out their job, or manage to obtain information of the organization, or any of its subjects, are known to be silenced in various ways, varying from memory loss and mind manipulation to torture and death. Thus, everything that the organization does is being kept in the dark. How the organization manages to hide all these actions so well remains a mystery. The post said that Tidor was sent back to 1975 to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he said was needed to debug various legacy computer programs in 2036. The original post stated that he needed the computer in order to expose crucial information for a group he refused to mention. Tidor mentioned that the group's goal was to expose the FIO and its cruel intentions to the public, and raise awareness of what the organization does not want the people to know about. Only the IBM 5100 computer would be able to get past the FIO's data privacy. Whether this group received Tidor's information or not is unknown. However, the FIO did, and all the information was printed out and kept as documents. These documents, now kept as records, were hidden, buried away in the midst of Geisterschlucht, a location that is said to contain an anomaly. The history of the FIO is only partially known. The organization started off as a small group made up of scientists, military leaders, and government officials located in Hanover, Germany. They were put together through secret associations between Germany, Russia, and America by Gabriel Adler back in 1943, World War II. With the war going on, the group conducted experiments at an abnormal spot that had been found in the Maché. It is known that this was the first anomaly that the group secured and investigated upon. In 1947, the first three factions, the German faction, American faction, and Russian faction, were born from there. All three factions were secret committees of scientists, military leaders, and government officials. It's known that in the same year, a group called Majestic 12, which was a secret committee consisting of the same individuals, was formed by an executive order by U.S. President Harry S. Truman. Word was that the group was to assist in the recovery and investigation of alien spacecraft. However, what many experts and conspiracy theorists don't know is that Majestic 12 served as a code name for the American fraction of the FIO. The fact that it was formed by President Truman was a cover-up in order to continue keeping the FIO in the dark. The same for the supposedly leaked secret government documents. As the Cold War approached, the three factions continued working with each other, despite all of the upcoming events. During the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, the three fractions decided to create a fraction for each country in case the Cuban Missile Crisis escalated. It was to ensure the safety and concealment of the organization with an ongoing nuclear war. From there on, fractions have been created all over the world, with each country having one. With the symbol of the organization first being identical to the reinforcement rune of the El Codice la Radiazione prophecy, also known as the Code Radiazione prophecy. The FIO noticed the resemblance during 1962 and changed it to what it is today. Whether the resemblance was on purpose or not remains unknown, even to the organization itself. Though experts believe that the organization somehow took influence from an inside man. Any info on a possible inside man is not known, though. "25 years after the World Wide Web was created, the issue of surveillance had become the greatest controversy of its existence. The FIO's data privacy is all over the World Wide Web, more specifically, the LP. The LP, short for La Vie Privée, is the core of the data privacy of the FIO. Each fraction has their own LP section for the sake of their own data privacy. Not only is it responsible for the protection of all the given information on the internet, the media, or any of the FIO's silencing actions, but it's also responsible for the selling of prototype drugs, snuff videos, porn, and various other dark and bizarre things. The material isn't actually sold for the sake of money, but rather for the sake of experiments, turning clueless people into subjects of obscure projects and having them monitored for as long as their lives would last. The LP headquarters is said to lie in Germany, hidden in the Black Forest. Rumor has it that the LP headquarters is in the same location where Project Hellenberg took place. However, any person that has attempted to go to the coordinates of the location has never been heard from again. They completely vanished off the face of the earth, as if they had never existed. And any kinds of records of these people disappear as well. What makes this even more unnerving is the following. On the 11th of June, 2008, a strange signal started being sent off from this location, captured by a recording device that an unknown group of people placed 50 kilometers away. The noise sounded unmistakably like the underwater anomaly noise known as the bloop. The transmission lasted for approximately 4 minutes and 2 seconds, then stopped. Up to this day, no one has any idea why that signal could have been transmitted. There is a theory going around that this signal served as a type of signal to lure something to the headquarters of the LP, an anomalous entity. Why exactly this anomalous entity would be lured right to the LP headquarters, though, puzzles even most expert theorists. In the end, the FIO remains what it is, a top-secret organization with connections reaching from the White House, over Berlin, to the Kremlin, holding back things that would be more than spectacular to the public's eyes, and only exposing them to those who would be soon coming across their sinister, mysterious fate. Monitoring people's every move, silencing the truth, and replacing it with lies, filling daily life with hoax and bogus, How many of the accidents that we see out there are really accidents? How many of them weren't real accidents at all? How many murderers had their minds manipulated when they killed who they killed? How many natural triggered disasters were influenced by anomalous activities? How many crimes have more to them than meets the eye? And at last, what is real and what is not? Everyone is free to believe what they want, but the truth remains.